Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I can't believe that it is already June, and to be honest, I really can't get enough of the cute bunnies that I did for my May setup, but still we have to set up our bullet journal for the new month. So in today's video, we will be setting up my bullet journal for June 2022. And oh yeah, me and the book therapy have prepared something very special for you guys, so be sure to watch the video until the very end. And now without further ado, let's start planning. So for the month of June, I decided to go for a light academia theme which was inspired by Notebook Therapy's Tsuki Light Academia collection. For the past few months, I think all of my setups were more to hand-drawn doodles, so for this month, I decided to try a more scrapbooking kind of style. And what I did is I just tore a piece of craft paper from the rainbound craft paper notebook, which is from Notebook Therapy, and then I just stick it onto the page. And after that, I used the washi tapes from the collection and some ripped book pages to further decorate the cover page. And as you can see here, I am just drawing some Light Academia related doodles such as a letter, a teacup, a cotton flower, a mirror, a feather quill, glasses, candles, and books on another beige color paper. And yeah, while watching me just drawing the doodles and cutting them out, let's talk about what is Light Academia. So Light Academia is an academic aesthetic and the visually lighter counterpart of Dark Academia. Dark Academia involves intense and negative themes including discussion of the meaning of life, heartbreak, oppression, escapism, and death, whereas Light Academia's themes are generally positive, focusing on optimism, sensitivity, joy, gratitude, friendship, motivation, and happy endings. And in terms of visuals, Light Academia tends to utilize the colors white, tan, cream, gold, and other pale colors, which is why I chose to draw my doodles on a beige color paper to give it that Light Academia aesthetic vibes. And besides that, this aesthetic involves a lot of vintage items such as tea sets, candles, letters, antique mirrors, old-looking books, and writing tools. There are also many activities that are associated with this aesthetic, such as writing letters, painting, visiting bakeries or cafes, photography, and so much more. And these activities somehow are the activities that I enjoy doing. So I guess I can say that my aesthetic is a Light Academia aesthetic, I guess. And now moving on to the page on the left is going to be my monthly log. So for my monthly log, I use the exact same design with the craft paper and washi tapes, but for this page, I'm using the transparent washi tape that has a lot of beautiful designs of vintage letters, poetry, and music sheets. I honestly really love the aesthetic vintage vibes these washi tapes are giving off, and I think it's just perfect if you enjoy vintage journaling. So if you're interested in getting yourself this collection, you can use my code lootengstudio10 for a 10% discount. The code and link are available in the description box below. And now let's get back to the monthly log. I just wrote down all the days of the month vertically, and the space beside it is where I will be writing down upcoming events. And yeah, I also added a little note section at the bottom corner just for me to take down any important notes. And I guess that's all for my monthly log. And now let's move on to the trackers. So for this month, I will not be using one page for my mood tracker and another page for my habit tracker, but instead, I'll be using two full pages where I have my mood tracker on the top and my habit tracker on the bottom. I know you guys really enjoy the mood trackers for May and April, but for this month, I'm going back to use the graph layout for my mood tracker, which is more easier and faster to set up compared to me drawing like 30 or 31 doodles to be filled in with colors. And actually the thought of like drawing dirty vintage items really terrifies me, so I decided to make my life easier and opted to using the graph layout for this month. And yeah, the same goes to my habit tracker, where I'm also using the graph layout instead of the individual habit trackers. And for the empty spaces beside the graphs, I just use the craft paper again. Basically, you're just gonna see me using them for the entire setup, but whatever. So I just stick the craft paper and the vintage doodles on top. And I also have the title, mood, and habit that is written on the beige color paper, and then I just cut it and then stick it on top of the ripped book pages. And lastly, I also decided to add some washi tapes across the top and bottom of the pages because I thought like the spread is missing something. And yeah, I really love how it looks after I added the washi tapes. And I guess that is all for my mood and habit tracker. Now flipping over to the next page is my trusty budget tracker that helps me to keep track of my income and expenses. So for this month's budget tracker, I will not be drawing a table, but instead I'll just use the craft paper again and draw 3 vertical lines for 4 columns. That represents the date, the details, the plus sign is for income, and the minus sign is for expenses. And yeah, here's just me playing around with the rip book pages and washi tapes, and just me having a really fun time with this scrapbooking style. Maybe I'll try this kind of style more often because I think it saves me a lot of time compared to when I was drawing everything on the spread. And to be honest, I kind of had a burnout when I was planning this month's setup because I was like, I didn't know what to draw, and I'm like, oh my god, what am I going to draw for this month? And after a few days of frustration, I just say to myself, why don't I make a scrapbooking kind of style for this month? Because for a scrapbooking style, I didn't really have to draw or color a lot, and I can just play around with the vintage stationeries that I have. So yeah, it was really relaxing. I remember I was just jamming to some lo-fi when I was making this setup. And I hope you guys will still enjoy the setup, even though it's not what I usually make. So yeah, where are we? The brainstorm spread. So the page on the right is just my brainstorm spread, and I designed it to look like a letter or a card being taken out of the envelope just to fit the Light Academia theme. And I guess that's all for my budget and brainstorm spread. So now, the last spread that I'm going to show you today is my first weekly spread of the month. I actually made 4 different weekly spreads for all the 4 weeks of June, but for today, I'm only showing you the weekly spread for the first week, and the others will be in a separate video, and it will most probably be uploaded on the first week of June. And now let's get back to the spread. So as you can see here, I cut out 7 boxes from the craft papers that represents all the 7 days of the week. I honestly really love using this layout. You can actually see me using it for every single month because it is just so neat and organized, and I also have ample planning space. And yeah, I also pasted the Light Academia doodles on the right bottom corner of each of the boxes, and for the first letter of each day, I am using my alphabet stamps to stamp them out. And yeah, I guess that's all for the first weekly spread of the month. And now, here's the time that you guys have been waiting for, which is the giveaway. And the prize is a Tsuki La Academia Washi tape set. And to enter the giveaway, you need to like this video, subscribe to this channel, leave a comment on which spread from this setup is your favorite, and lastly, remember to follow my Instagram at lootengstudio. The giveaway ends on the 3rd of June, and one lucky winner will be announced on the 4th of June. And yeah, all the details are available in the description box below. So here's the final flip through of my bullet journal setup for June 2022. I honestly really love how this month's setup turned out. I love the vintage aesthetic vibes, and I guess most importantly is I really had a lot of fun with this setup. So if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe and follow my Instagram and Ko-fi at lootengstudio. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video.